Top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Terra Luna has been the topic of the month. It's all I've been hearing about on the internet is Terra Luna this, Terra Luna that. And I was not a holder before, but I am a holder now, and I know you guys are worried. I know you guys are still invested. And if you are invested, I made this video for you so you guys know what's going on with Terra Luna. You guys ready to get into it? Let's get started. Alrighty guys, so as you know, Terra Luna had a rough ride right here. We look at the last month, it is actually down basically like 100% in the last month. If we look at the all-time of Terra Luna topped out at about 120 bucks per coin, and we're looking at like a thousandth of a penny right now. So that's like such a drastic drop. Like if you had money up here, if you invested anywhere here, I'm really sorry for you. I'm sorry that this happened to you. Like I said, I was not invested in this, so I didn't ride any of this. I only bought in here, down here, since it's been, in like the thousandth of a penny range. But anyway, yeah, let's get into this here. Binance CEO, have you guys heard about this? I'm sure you guys probably heard about this one. The Binance CEO lost over $1 billion because of that Terra Luna drop. He went from $1.6 billion down to just 2,200 bucks. And this article was just yesterday. He said that he's poor again because of the Terra Luna crash, which sucks. I feel sorry for you, man. It's pretty sad what happens, but he's fuming. He's over here. He made this article. He called the Terra team stupid because of the way that they handled the crash, the way they handled the recovery and the decision making. Basically what he said is all the money that they had put together, Kucoin and the Terra Luna team had a lot of money put together that they could have saved Terra Luna and repegged it to USD, and he could have saved this project if he would have acted quick enough. He tried to gamble that it was going to recover on its own, that it would fix itself, or that somebody else would save it, and he tried to see if it would organically fix itself. And after it did not fix itself, after 6 trillion coins had been minted, then he dumped the money in and tried to save it. But when 6 trillion coins were in circulation, the money that he had put together was nowhere near enough to save this, and so it barely made a dent, it barely made a difference. And if he would have acted faster, he probably could have saved the project altogether. So as of right now in this article, he's stating that he doesn't have any faith in this project anymore. He basically believes it to fail. And not only that, we all know that investors have lost their trust for the Terra Luna team. And that's sad, for the Terra ecosystem right here. That's damaging, because your reputation is what you have, your reputation and the trust of your investors. You need your investors in order for a project to survive. You need the community. And so according to what I see, the community is still active. People still believe in Terra Luna. People are like putting money in now, like I put money in now, with the hope that if they do save it, we can make that 10x, that 100x, or that 1000x. But we know that we're not going to put in more money than we're willing to lose, because this is a big gamble. This is like, a 50-50 shot, or not even a 50% chance that they could save this here. Down here, he goes on to talk about and warn that you shouldn't even invest in something that's going to guarantee you a return. If you're guaranteed like an APY, that should seem fishy right from the start, because, where are they getting that money from? The money has to come from somewhere. The money always comes from somewhere. And that's the big problem with these DeFi investments is, anytime, they promise something like that, it's risky to investors, because most of the time they're pulling that money from one investor to give it to the other investor, right? So somebody's getting burned for somebody else to get rewarded. So a small group of people that are in on it are able to get rewarded over and over again, and the new investors get burned over and over and over again. And the definition of this, you're taking money from one person and then passing it down to the next person. This is basically a pyramid scheme. So, these investments either go as a pyramid scheme, taking from one to give to the other, or they're getting this money from some sort of business income, some sort of business investment. If they take our money and they invest our money and invest it successfully, which is rare but possible, then they're actually able to pay us consistently over and over again. in which usually only works for lower percentages. If you're getting like a 1%, a 5%, a 10%, but if you're seeing thousands of percent per year, then that's a pretty risky investment, and you should be weary on the future of that, because you'll be lucky if it lasts over a month, because they pay and they pay and they pay until you can't pay out anymore. When you have hundreds of thousands of holders and you have to pay them all for holding the coin, you run out of coins really quickly, guys. And so, always be careful out here. DeFi is risky, crypto's risky. Do your research, and always think twice and use your gut, when you're looking at these investments. So as you know, all this happened right here because of the depegging of the US dollar on May 9th right here. And so this is what he could have did. He could have saved this, and he could have repegged it if he would have added his money in fast enough and used a better recovery plan. But because he didn't, it may be too far gone. This may never get repegged at all. And so as for the revival plan of this project here, I think that the revival plan is either that you need to burn all of these tokens. My opinion is that you either need to burn all of these tokens out to get the price back down, which is going to be very, very hard to do, because you're basically asking investors to have to burn their tokens away and throw their money away with the hopes to try and save a project that's being run by somebody that's in trouble for tax evasion right now. And then the only other way, which is the better way that we could perhaps save the project, is if they just make a whole new coin, a whole new project, like a Terra Luna 2.0, like a version 2 for the investors that are already in this. And then you restore the original supply in that new token, you restore everything, and then just airdrop tokens to all of the investors. Like all the investors, all of us that have Terra Luna tokens now, they would have to airdrop us a portion of that value. Obviously, it wouldn't be the same amount of tokens, because you're switching from like a quadrillion to billions. But it is possible. You can do it if they really tried hard enough. If investors had faith long enough, it's possible. And if this happens, if this is what happens, we can see this return to its original value, which was about a 40x. The market cap was about 40x what the market cap is right now on this, right, guys? And also, if you look at the price, the price was a ridiculous amount. I mean, like, it's like a 10,000x just to go to $1. But I would think that anything is possible in crypto, especially when people have faith in a dream. And so what I would suggest, and this is not financial advice, but I'll tell you what I did, is I saw this and I saw, oh man, a massive overreaction, and that, okay, it could be over. It really could be over. But what if it's not? If it's not, and if this was just a massive overreaction because of a turn of events, because of people acting on emotions and selling very quickly, because of just bad management that could be remanaged by a better person or fixed by somebody getting mentally healthy, right? Okay, when you put all that in consideration, if it did not fail, if it made it, it could 10x, it could 100x, it could 1000x, it can go 10,000x back to $1. And what's $100, guys? The $100 that you'd spend at the bar on Friday night, or at the club on Saturday night, or going golfing, or out at dinner, going to the buffet, or you'll spend it at the dispensary, you spend it on weed or something like that. Instead of spending your habit money this week, think about this. Look at Terra Luna and say, if I won like a rare chance to maybe become a millionaire off of a very small amount of money, let me just take the week off from drinking or smoking or whatever, and take my $100 and grab myself some Terra Luna. Because that's what I did. I said, I'm going to grab myself some Terra Luna. I don't care if it goes to zero. I'm only going to invest as much as I'm willing to lose. I told you guys, I put in about $200. About 200, it was like $185 approximately, but I got myself like a $500,000 of these tokens, and I was like, all right, cool, man. If it goes to $1, that's $500,000, guys. And so that's the math that we were looking at right here. You might even be able to get more tokens now for that same price. For $100, you could probably get over 1 million, I don't know, or about 1 million. But and I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying like anything is possible, and it might not be over. But what I know is that Terra Luna is all over the news. 22 hours ago. Luna Foundation Guard advisor says Kucoin has not reached out since USD crash. Wow, yeah. And Kucoin faces prosecution in South Korea, right? Court documents reveal Kucoin dissolved Terraform Labs. Court documents reveal Kucoin dissolved Terraform Labs Korea days before Luna crash. So definitely look into this, guys. This is in the media right now. This is like the hot topic of the month. All eyes are on this, and whatever happens next will either make or break the investors that are involved in this. The only other thing that I know is that I believe that Terra Luna had a lot to do with like the recent crypto crashing. So many people lost so much money on Terra Luna, and to cover their losses, they had to sell some other assets here so that way they could stay well diversified, make sure that they can cover their bills. And fear, once fear strikes the market, once people start losing money, they get so afraid they just start selling everything. So but hey guys, I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you got some value, smash the like button and get down there in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen to Terra Luna next. Let me know if you think there's a future for Terra Luna, or if you think it's over. Let me know if you think Kucoin is a scammer. And yeah man, subscribe to the channel and join me in future videos. I can't wait to share some value with you guys. Hey, have a great day guys. Take care.